So maybe I'm going to regret the title of this video, but for now we'll just give it a go. So I've been reading for many years, but something that not a lot of people in my life know or just online know is that I've also been writing for many years. I think it's pretty common for people who read a lot to also want to write, because we just aspire to be like the writers that we love. And yeah, I've been writing for many years, but the problem is I've never really finished a story. I've never completed NaNoWriMo in any of the years I participated, and I've also, outside of it, never completed a full story from start to finish. I always leave them like maybe halfway or maybe even at the beginning or almost at the end, but I never fully completed an idea that I had, which is a really big problem that I really want to tackle this year. And the reason why I've never completed a manuscript of anything is always coming from pressure that I put on myself, and it always stems from, I feel like the first thing that I write and that I complete has to be like the best idea out there, something super out of the box that I'm really proud of. And honestly, it doesn't work like that. I feel like it's really rare for writers to write their first story and for it to be like their masterpiece. It just doesn't happen, and I'm fully aware of that, and I've been fully aware of that for many years, but I just put this really like different pressure on myself, which is just like completely unfair to myself. And I've only realized that and come to the conclusion that I just want to write and I want to finish something, and it's okay if it sucks. I've just come to that conclusion in the past few months, and it's been really hard, honestly. And so what has been happening for the past maybe like 10 years of me writing is that I come up with an idea and I'm really excited about it, and I start writing it, I start planning for it, and I just, after a few maybe like weeks or months even, I just like all of a sudden something clicks within me and I'm just like, this is not the book that I want to write, and I just don't love it anymore, and I feel like it has no potential and it sucks, and my writing is shitty, so I'm gonna drop it and I'm never gonna touch it again, which is really sad. I've been writing for more than 10 years and I've never completed a story. Like, I have a lot of concepts that have just been left unattended halfway through, and it's just really sad that I've never been able to write a story from start to finish and see where the characters go, because I just end up dropping them. And it's been a resolution of mine for so many years to just like write something from start to finish, but because I've been holding myself to a different standard and I'm just like, I need to write the story and the book, and it has to be perfect, I just haven't been able to complete that resolution at all. And I don't know, we're at the beginning of the year and I was thinking about that resolution that I've had for years again. And because I've been like working through the fact that I'm probably gonna write shitty stuff at first, it just happens, I feel like I'm ready to see a concept from start to finish and finish a story. It doesn't have to be the best thing I've ever written. It doesn't have to be the best book ever. And honestly, I'm probably gonna lose faith over the story in maybe a few months. But I want to push through, and I really want to push myself to, even though I'm not feeling it anymore and maybe I want to write something different, I just want to push through, continue, and finish the damn book, because it's been too long and I'm just tired of not being able to say that I've written a book. So yeah, that's my plan for 2024. And the reason I'm filming this is not only because I feel like I've never really shared this part of me online. I think I made a few vlogs in like 2019 when I was participating in NaNoWriMo. I don't know if they're still up on my channel, but I remember vlogging that. But other than that, I've never really shared this part of me. I feel like not a lot of people in my life know about this even, and I also want to hold myself accountable. I feel like making videos about this. The fact that I'm posting this online makes me like accountable of the fact that I said that I was going to write a book. So yeah, that's my plan for 2024, I guess. I really don't want to give up on this one because I'm tired of giving up on books that I'm writing and stuff that I'm writing. And yeah, maybe these writing vlogs will help me. Also, you may be asking yourself, why am I not writing short stories? And I don't know, I feel like all of the ideas that I have wouldn't work as short stories, and I think they need to be a little bit longer. So that's why I'm not writing a short story, because I could obviously write one, but the ideas that I've always had so far, I think would be really lackluster short stories, so that's why I'm not doing it. And now, speaking of ideas and what I'm going to be writing this year, I've been working on something for the past couple of weeks, and I'm really excited about it, but at the same time, like I said before, I'm always like in the beginning stages of like planning it and started writing it and outlining it and everything. I'm always really excited, but then just the excitement starts to fade away over time. So yeah, now I'm excited about it, but I'm just going to say that I'm probably, well, most likely not going to be discussing a lot about the plot, the characters. I'm just going to be like mentioning what I'm doing, I guess. I can share like the genre and how many words I've been writing every day and all of that, but I'm not really going to be discussing really specific things about the thing that I'm writing. I just don't know, I don't feel comfortable doing it at the moment. Also, a really big inspiration for this writing journey that I'm going on has been watching Christiane Jones here on YouTube. I'll leave her channel in the description below, but I just love her writing vlogs. And even though she doesn't really discuss a lot of specific stuff about the book, I always think her vlogs are still very entertaining and fun to watch. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing as well, because also I'm not really comfortable sharing a lot about the story, because at the moment it's just a very broad concept. I have a few characters, I have like plot points and plot lines that I want to touch on, but I still don't have like the full story scoped out, and that's actually what I'm doing at the moment. I hope it's still interesting to follow along my journey. Hopefully this also will inspire other people to also give up on the notion that they have to write the perfect thing. Just write and write a full story, and just like being able to say, oh, I've written a book, even though it hasn't been published or anything and I've done nothing with it. I have a book finished that I can go back and edit and make adjustments. And yeah, I've never been able to say that or do that. And now maybe let's go to my laptop and go to my documents so I can show you kind of what I'm working on at the moment. So I'm still not fully writing, I'm still kind of planning out the story, and this is kind of what I have so far. Also, I've been using Google Docs. I know that a lot of people use Scrivener, but I just feel like Google Docs is fine for me and I know how to work around it, and I honestly don't feel like trying out a new software to write. I'm just used to this and I'm really organized here. So this is what I have so far. So first of all, I just have an overview of the project. So kind of like main plot and just stuff that I want to touch on, just little different plot points that I feel like are pretty big in the story. And it's just, yeah, kind of an overview of the book. I also have the genre, which is literary fiction. I feel like I didn't mention it before, but yeah, I'm writing a literary fiction book. I also have just like titles that could work in this page, maybe some photos that illustrate the project or kind of inspire me in any way. And I just gotta say that this whole document that I'm showing you right now is not gonna be the book. It's more of a planning document than anything else. Then I'm just going to probably create a new document and actually start writing it. For now, I'm just planning the book And in this characters section, I'm probably gonna put every single character of the book, but for now I only have the two main characters. I'm probably gonna blur the names so you don't see them. But yeah, I have the two main characters already with a whole separate page on them. Just kind of a character profile, some pictures that reminds me of them. Like I said, I'm probably gonna add the rest of like the side characters and even minor characters. I'm probably gonna do a whole page on them. And then I have a dump section, and this is actually what I started with in this document. Just had a lot of ideas and sentences and just random things, so I just put them in this dump section. And it's just anything I remember about story, about characters, about anything of the sort, I just put in the dump section, and then I'll just sort it out later. So this maybe should be at the top of the document, because it's kind of like just a dumping ground for anything really, but for now it's just here. I don't know, maybe I'll change it later. And then I have the outline of the book, and I'm kind of going through the chapters and just writing what I want the chapters to be. And for now I only have the first 3 chapters, and I'm probably gonna start working on the 4th chapter today. That is what I have so far, and I'm currently working on the outline of the chapters. And I usually would do like bullet points for what I want to talk about in the chapters and what the characters are gonna do in each chapter. But I don't know why, but in this story I'm just like writing full paragraphs. It's not even bullet points at this point. And I'm like, the first chapter is like a page, then the second chapter is a page and a half of just like writing, and I feel like I'm maybe overcomplicating, but at the same time I feel like with bullet points I'm not really getting the point across. I don't know. And I feel like once I start like figuring out, okay, like this character is gonna do this, I just feel like writing the book. I'm really bad at planning, and I've only actually done this sort of like outline with the last 2 projects that I started working on. So the first one was from last year that I never completed, and the other one was in 2021 when I participated in NaNoWriMo, or tried to, because I didn't end up finishing it as well. But in those 2 projects I also kind of outlined, and I would do like bullet points for each chapter. But yeah, now I just feel like I'm almost writing the chapter and I'm not even doing an outline. I'm just like fully writing it. Obviously not with as much detail as I would like to. I even have like dialogue in this outline, and I feel like that's not the point of an outline. The point of an outline is just like, this is what's going to happen, this is what this character is gonna do, and this is gonna happen, and that's it. But I feel like I'm writing too much, but at the same time I'm liking it. But I feel like I'm just gonna take a lot longer doing this way. Something that I find odd about my writing process is that I don't know how this book is gonna end at all, and that's maybe something that also held me back from writing those other books, is that I never really knew, like I knew what I wanted to talk about and I knew what I wanted the characters to be like, but I never really knew how the story would end. And that's why I also want to write the outline first and then proceed with like actually writing the book, because I just want to make sure that what I'm writing in the first draft actually makes sense with the progression of the character overall in the story. But yeah, it's weird that I'm writing this and I don't really know how it's gonna end, but I don't really know if all writers are like this and they just like come up with something that they want to talk about but they don't really know how to get there. I think I'm gonna keep writing now. I'm gonna move on to the outline of the 4th chapter. I can also say that this is like a dual perspective book, so there's 2 main characters and we're kind of like flip-flopping the POVs. So yeah, I'm gonna write the 2nd chapter in one of the characters' POVs, so I'm excited about that. Also, I don't know, I like both of my main characters, but I feel like I like one of them more than the other, which is also weird because I feel like I'm writing more for that character. So maybe that also means that I have to develop the other character a little bit more. Maybe it's still very surface level. I don't know. Just moving a little bit closer to the window so I have a little bit more light. But if you saw my last vlog, I was sharing my struggle of trying to find a job, and I actually have found a job since then, which is amazing. And I'm actually gonna start at the end of next week. So today is Sunday, so I'm gonna start on Thursday. I'm really excited but also nervous, and this is kind of like my last week of freedom of like not doing anything all day, so I'm definitely gonna take advantage of that for this vlog and just for my writing in general. I'm thinking of maybe tomorrow or the day after that of going to like a cafe and just writing. I've never done that, and I don't know, I just feel like it's going to a different setting, so maybe it will inspire me more to write. So yeah, those are all of the updates for now. I hope you guys are as excited as I am to go on this journey, this writing journey. And hopefully I'll continue doing these writing vlogs every month, maybe like one writing vlog a month, to just kind of update on my progress on this story. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. So I'm currently in my car and I'm about to go do what I said I was gonna do a few days ago, which is go to a cafe and write. I want to take advantage of my last days of not working. So I'm gonna work on my book because now I have time. And I think it will be nice to kind of like change the scenery a little bit and not be stuck at home working on my book. So yeah, I think it's gonna be nice. I haven't done this of like going to a cafe to do something other than like drink and eat since probably my university days. I used to go and study in cafes a lot, so I think it's gonna be nice to do that after so many years. And yeah, I finished chapter 4, the one I was working on, and I started chapter 5. And today I'm just gonna focus on that, doing more outlines of chapters. And also I want to do the character profiles that I was talking about a few days ago. I only have for the 2 main characters, so I want to do for the other side characters that I have so far. So that is the plan. I'm probably gonna grab something to eat and drink while I'm there, obviously, because I'm gonna be there for a few hours. My arm hurts from holding the camera, so I think I'm gonna go. See you guys later. It's already been 3 or 4 days since I last talked to the camera, and that's because for a minute there I thought I was going to abandon this vlog altogether. I don't know, this is a very vulnerable part of me, and also imposter syndrome started to kick in, and I just started doubting not my project at all, but just like me sharing this information with the world and sharing my process and sharing what I'm doing, because I really don't know what I'm doing, but I really don't want to be moved by fear during this process. So I'm kind of forcing myself to post this. So yeah, if you're watching this, it means I succeeded. Going back to the vlog clips that you just saw, so on Tuesday I went to a cafe alone, and I was there for like 5-6 hours, and I just wrote and I ate there, and it was great. It was such a great time. I feel like I concentrated a lot more than when I tried to write at home. Just being in a new environment surrounded by other people who are also working, it also really helped. And yeah, I was just really motivated. I got a lot of things done. I outlined maybe like 4 different chapters, and I did the character profiles for all the side characters that I have so far in the story. So that was great. It was really productive, and I really enjoyed my time there. And then I started working, like I said before, and because of that I haven't had that much time to write and to pick up where I left off. But yesterday, it was Saturday, and we went to a cafe. We were there for 2 hours, and I think I wrote only like a chapter. I think I'm on chapter like 9 or 10 now. And I feel like I'm getting a little bit stuck, which is not good, but it's part of the process. I feel like up until this point, I just opened the document and I knew exactly what I wanted to write for the next few chapters. But now I'm getting to a point where I don't really know where I want to head next with the characters. So I'm getting stuck, and I need to brainstorm a little bit before I jump back into outlining chapters. And I guess that's it so far. I feel like I've done a lot of good progress this week, and I'm honestly really excited to keep going and to just like push myself a little bit more through the humps of being maybe uninspired and not really sure if I'm going in the right direction. I want to push through. And despite the fact that I almost didn't share this vlog and I really doubted myself this week, I want to keep pushing myself as well to continue doing these vlogs, because I think it will do a lot of good for my self-confidence in terms of writing. So I guess that concludes my first writing vlog of 2024, and hopefully more are to come. Bye!